welcome to Newsroom series. I'm Olumide Macaulay. Coming up today, federal government inaugurates Polio Emergency Operations Center in Zamfara State. Katsina residents appeal to state government to look into the issues of drug abuse. And Governor Obasani of Kaduna State flags up reconstruction of roads in rural communities. Thank you for joining us. We begin in the Northwest region, which is our focus for today. The federal government, in collaboration with health partners, have established an Emergency Operations Center, EOC, for the fight against polio in Zamfara State, as well as other parts of the country. Governor Dauda Lawal inaugurated the center, which was built by health partners at the King Fahad Hospital in Gusau, the Zamfara State capital, for the coordination of polio eradication.
The Polio Emergency Operations Center, inaugurated by the federal government, is to enhance the coordination of all stakeholders to align with the agenda of polio eradication in the country.
We have discussed along with you during the courtesy call.
The Executive Secretary of the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Mui Aino, said the agency planned to improve the quality of its campaigns against polio, especially in some specific areas, and the center is equipped with tools to track the vaccination of children at the settlement level.
What the Emergency Operations Center does is it offers a conducive environment where government can sit together with all its partners to align on an agenda, develop one plan, and work together towards a unified set of goals. For polio eradication, we have the equipment here to track, when vaccination is happening at the settlement level, to track vaccinators to see which settlements have been reached and which settlements have not been reached. What that does is that it lets us understand children that have not been reached and to develop in the subsequent micro plans approaches to reach them.
It's about the polio eradication in Zamfara State and invariably
the governor of Zamfara State, Mr. Dauda Lawal, thanked the health partners for building the Emergency Operations Center to help in curbing the polio virus, as it intends to select the right vaccination team who are competent and trained for this exercise.
We are mindful of maintaining this kind of structures, and therefore we will not take it for granted, so that this building will be maintained as if the building is built today. I can give you that assurance. We believe in that. We believe in this kind of transformation.
The World Health Organization, WHO, and the United Nations Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF, are part of the partners that built the Emergency Operations Center.
Meanwhile, Governor Dauda Lawal has declared a state of emergency in the health sector of Zamfara with a commitment to revamping the state's healthcare system. In a statewide broadcast, the governor lamented the disturbing conditions of hospitals across Zamfara State. And that declaration came after his unscheduled visit to Gusau General Hospital. According to him, the hospitals urgently needed intervention due to the poor state of facilities, equipment, and workers. As a result, a state of emergency was declared in the sector. Governor Lawal expressed concern over the poor conditions that patients were experiencing in hospitals and highlighted steps of intervention by his administration.
I'm declaring a state of emergency in the health sector of Zamfara State on this day, Tuesday, January 30th, 2024. This decision is made with great concern, as I had declared a state of emergency in the education sector of the state just 2 months ago on November 14th, 2023. Disturbing condition of the healthcare facilities across the state is the reason for this prompt action to declare a state of emergency in the health sector. As a responsible government, we are taking urgent steps towards intervention. The crucial healthcare issues that Zamfara State is facing were highlighted in my campaign manifesto. These issues are paramount to the welfare and progress of our citizens. I'm dedicated to addressing them with the utmost urgency and attention they deserve. The health sector in Zamfara is suffering from multiple issues, including poor funding and quality of healthcare delivery, ranging from infrastructure to medical services. Many lives were lost due to this. I'm declaring today that we will not continue like this. To revamp the health sector in Zamfara State, my government will commence the following interventions. Improve the quality of all general hospitals through massive infrastructural development, providing state-of-the-art medical equipment, and establishing standard laboratories for proper diagnosis. Provide free maternal and child health care to reduce the maternal and child morbidity and mortality.
Away from Zamfara State to Katsina State now, where residents of Katsina have called on the state government to look into the issue of drug abuse, which is a major cause of insecurity and other crimes affecting the state. The residents are asking the government to reduce unnecessary expenditure in running the government by allowing the local government administration to fully operate independently. From September to November last year, a total of 242 suspects were arrested in Katsina in connection with drug abuse, out of which 231 are males and 11 are females.
Over 3,000 suspects were arrested in 2023 in connection with drug trafficking and abuse in the Northwest. According to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Katsina State had a sizable number. This situation is giving residents sleepless nights. They want the government to reduce the cost of governance to free up funds to tackle drug abuse.
My concern is the government, especially the state government, should look at this issue critically and reduce unnecessary expenditure on the part of the government. Let them, together with the local governments, if they allow local government to operate fully as local government, give them their resources that come from Abuja, allow them to be in their local government to be doing a few things for their people, everything will reduce.
There are reasons to believe that a substantial number of people holding political offices are themselves on drugs. I personally know politicians who would make provision for drugs, especially cannabis, in their campaign budgets. And I saw with my own eyes a pickup loaded with cannabis and escorted by a policeman in uniform to a location meant for use on the eve of elections.
In the meantime, the Anti-Drug Campaign Network believe its new publication on drug control can help reduce demand and supply of illicit drugs by 15% in Katsina State by the end of 2027.
Those who are to be punished are those who supply the drug, because the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the laws of Katsina State specifically stated that supplying of drug is a crime. So, of course, when you supply, you commit a crime, and the law must punish you. But if you use drug, you are a patient, you are supposed to be treated.
For the sector commander of the NDLEA in Katsina State, Hassan Abubakar, these collaborations will help reduce the scourge faster.
Everybody must come on board for us to tackle this menace. And I'm happy this coalition of NGOs calling themselves Network Against Drug Abuse are here today to pledge their cooperation and readiness to partner with the agency as far as tackling drug abuse and trafficking is concerned in Katsina State.
These anti-drug trafficking experts believe that the elimination of societal issues such as poverty, unemployment, and lack of education opportunities will help to lower the negative statistics by a large percentage.
The early hours of Monday dawned with the laying down of tools by doctors and nurses of Murtala Mohammed General Hospital in Kano, following an attack on premises that resulted in severe injuries on one of their colleagues. Kano State Commissioner for Health, Abubakar Yusuf, who addressed the striking health practitioners, has assured them of their safety and that of the general public.
We received a news that some hoodlums flooded our hospital, Murtala Mohammed Hospital, and they beat up all the staff that were on duty at a particular place of the hospital, especially the maternity unit of the hospital, because a patient was brought in an epileptic patient who was brought into the hospital, and she died within the hour. That was exactly what happened. And our doctors and nurses and all the staff, they withdrew their services from the hospital, and until and unless safety of their lives and properties were assured. That's what brought us here. Myself and the Commissioner of Police Kano State, we came and addressed the workers and went around and see the places and fortified security for the hospital. I want the people of Kano State to be very, very understanding. One, we are overwhelmed by the large number of patients that are coming into our hospital, especially Murtala Mohammed Hospital. It's a hospital that receives about 5,000 to 7,000 patients, sometimes up to 10,000 daily. So it's not a small hospital, and it's a hospital that no matter the number of people that you brought in to work, they will be overwhelmed.
To improve the quality of education and keep up with the current trend, the Jigawa state government is providing free internet access to teachers and students of public schools across that state. State Governor Umar Namadi stated this during the launching of internet facilities at the Ahmadu Bello Hall in Dutse, the capital. Our correspondent Sadiq Ilyasu reports.
Directors from different educational institutions gather at the Ahmadu Bello Hall in Dutse, the Jigawa state capital, for the launching and distribution of internet facilities to schools across the state. Presentations were made on the newly introduced educational management system, which will enable easy monitoring of schools across the state.
And I think we have a budget item being captured to turn around this massive building, historic building, into an innovation hub for the state. And it will be run based on PPP model to see how we can drive value. And the most interesting part is, I think on 26, if you can remember, when we climb up, we observe almost 100 youngsters, and mainly they are not indigenous of Jigawa state. They are indigenous from neighboring state. So going forward, this will be a symbolic place where youngsters can go and ideate, incubate, and make deal going forward.
The aim is to revolutionize education in the state to meet the global standards.
The initiative is in fulfillment of our campaign promises as reflected in the 12-point agenda to revitalize the education system and making Jigawa the digital hub of northern Nigeria. Today's event, which is phase one of the initiative, involves the provision of 300 computer tablets, internet connectivity, and the launch of education management information system for the state. By all means, this is truly a very transformative intervention aimed at revolutionizing the delivery of educational service in our dear state.
The Jigawa state government's initiative to provide internet access to public schools reflects its commitment to advancing education and adapting to global educational standards. Sadiq Ilyasu, Channels Television.
Welcome back. Residents of Sabun Tasha community in Chikun local government area are in wild jubilation following the commencement of the construction of the Juji College Road that was abandoned by previous administrations for several years in Kaduna. The residents who expressed their happiness during the official flag-off for the construction of the 6-kilometer road by the Kaduna State Governor, Senator Obasani, described the project as the very first time that the government is bringing such impactful development to the community.
Sabon Tasha, a densely populated community in Chikun local government area of Kaduna State, is the largest ward in the local government area and home to many non-indigens living in the state capital. The community is challenged with severe infrastructural gaps, not limited to poor road networks, problems they've been grappling with for more than 3 decades. One of the bad roads is College Juji Road, which links Sabon Tasha community to the Eastern Bypass. After years of waiting, respite has come to the people as the rehabilitation work begins. They roll out the drums to welcome Governor Obasani, accompanied by his deputy, Dr. Hadiza Balarabe, and other senior government officials.
For the commencement of construction of College Road through Juji to Eastern Bypass, our leader and amiable Governor, Senator Obasani, is further demonstrating his commitment to keeping his promises and that of the manifestos of our great party APC.
The governor performs the symbolic flag-off of the 6-kilometer road, which is expected to be completed before the end of the year. He describes the project as a major part of his rural transformation agenda to revitalize rural economies and bridge urban-rural development gaps.
Agenda of the government is rural transformation, because we feel it's important to revitalize the economies of the rural areas if we want to really improve the level of economic prosperity of those in the rural areas.
For the residents, the presence of the bulldozers in Sabon Tasha community is a good sign that their years of suffering has come to an end. From Sabon Tasha, Governor Sani moves to Gadangayan in Igabi local government area, where he performs the groundbreaking of a 35-kilometer road that will link the community to Kujama Junction in Chikun local government area. With the 2 local government areas known for their farming, the governor believes that the presence of a good road network will boost agricultural productivity.
Happy today we have done the groundbreaking, and of course all these projects we performed the groundbreaking today. We have made it clear that the projects will be completed by the grace of God this year.
Because Igabo is one of the most agricultural local government in Kaduna State. And this work will help the farmers of bringing out their farm product to the near market and also to the city.
Governor Sani promises that all the road projects awarded by his administration will be completed within stipulated time. He gives assurances that every community in the 23 local government areas of Kaduna State will benefit under the rural revitalization agenda.
Motorists plying the Cargo Bunza Kamba Niger Republic border road and the Sokoto Agungu road in Kebbi State have begun to witness some respite as the Federal Road Maintenance Agency, FEMA, have begun the general rehabilitation of the failed sections of the 2 major highways in the state. The roads are Cargo Bunza Kamba Niger Republic border road and the Agungu Sokoto R9AD. The Federal Road Maintenance Engineer in the state, Mr. Rilwan Usman, says the intervention, called Operation Connect to Your Destination, is launched by FEMA management last year to connect states and villages towards easing free flow of traffic and reducing motor accidents on the highways.
This is the Cargo Bunza Kamba Peka Road, a major highway that connects Kebbi State in Nigeria to neighboring Niger Republic. Prior to the intervention by the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, the road was filled with potholes that caused frequent vehicular accidents, especially during the rainy season. A direct labor intervention by FEMA has changed this narrative following the repair work to failed sections of the road, as well as bridges and drainage systems.
FEMA worked on Kalgo Bunza Peka Niger Republic border road. The second Operation Connect, phase 2, was done there. which has been completed as of today. Then FEMA worked on Burning Kebi Jega Road, where strengthening of carriageway was carried out. So these are the major roads that have received the attention of our new MD for now.
The Sokoto Arungungu Road, which is a gateway to Burning Kebi, the Kebbi state capital, is also undergoing rehabilitation by FEMA. The scope of work also includes cutting and patching of potholes, as well as construction of drainages.
We have cut and patched about 1,000 square meters of potholes from Kaniyaka, which is our border with Sokoto State, to Burning Kebi, that is Kebbi State capital. So in essence, from Burning Kebi to Kaniyaka, that is our border with Sokoto, is pothole free.
The monitoring team from FEMA headquarters is on ground to ensure the work is being done according to plan.
We've observed the pothole patching he has done. We are very much satisfied with it. We are informed and we saw that the road between Sokoto and Kebbi, Argungu, border of Sokoto State, Argungu and Kebbi, were 100% pothole free. That was the aim of FEMA. That is our aim, to ease in the movement, and he has achieved that on this route.
Commuters are relieved to have a smoother travel experience.
The road network is very good. You can see that I can load. It's like this up to 50 carton I carry it. But you can see I can go on high speed without any problem. As for now, the road network is very good.
At every time, especially during rainy season, we face many problems. Many of the drivers, they stay there for hours. Now the Federal Road Maintenance Agency, we are very grateful for your massive efforts and control, especially the contractor.
FEMA is equally relieved that it's able to impact positively on commuters' travel experience, with a promise to continue interventions on all federal roads in Kebbi and the Northwest Zone.
Sokoto State Governor Ahmad Aliyu has extended an olive branch to members of the opposition in the state to join him in moving the state forward. The governor made the call while addressing a large crowd of supporters who gathered to welcome him to the state after the Apex Court affirmed his electoral victory as the validly elected governor of Sokoto State. Governor Aliyu commended the judiciary for remaining unbiased, standing for the truth, and that their decision had restored the hope and confidence of the people of the state in Nigeria's democracy. Governor Aliyu also dedicated the victory to the people of Kano, saying that it showed that they would continue saying that it will continue to enjoy good governance, quality leadership, and improved service delivery to better their living standards and general development of Sokoto State.
The judgment is a clear testimony of the fact that the nation's judiciary remains unbiased, and the judgment is for the overall benefit of the state and all the lovers of democracy within and outside Nigeria. I want to say a great thanks to the honored chiefs, the justices of the Apex Court, for giving hope once again to a common man in this nation. Let me use this opportunity and call for our opposition in the state to accept the final God's decision and to join hands with us so that together we can make Sokoto better.
Finally, the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Mr. Abubakar Kyari, says stringent measures are being put in place for the forthcoming dry and wet season farming for rice, maize, and cassava to ensure transparent distribution of agro-input to genuine farmers in the country. The minister was speaking at a separate meeting with Governor Ahmad Aliyu of Sokoto State and Governor Mohammed Bago of Niger State. Also explained that the distribution of farm inputs will involve collaboration of key players across federal, state, and local government to boost food production.
The outcome of the review of the implementation of the dry season wheat production in the 15 participating states have provided a pathway for a more successful implementation of subsequent programs and initiatives. Against this backdrop, the expression of interest for the dry season production of rice, maize, and cassava that I sent to all the 36 states and FCT, which elicited a great deal of enthusiasm, Your Excellency certainly would have received my letter, and encapsulates a design structure that speaks to farmers' data integrity, inventory of available irrigable lands, as well as functional irrigation infrastructure with the primary aim of determining the readiness of participating states. The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security is dedicated to implementing stringent measures in the forthcoming dry, wet season farming for rice, maize, and cassava to ensure transparent distribution of agro inputs and targeting genuine farmers. Collaboration with states, local governments, traditional rulers, NGO, relevant MDAs, and farmer associations will be crucial in achieving this goal.
And that's it on Newsroom series today. Thank you for watching. I'm Olumide McCall.